So excited about this message today. And it is Palm Sunday. So that means that next Sunday is Resurrection Sunday. Say Resurrection Sunday. Some of y'all call it Easter, but we choose to use his resurrection and not a bunny to talk about Resurrection Sunday. Is that good? So I want y'all to do something for me next week. Don't be stingy about how dope it is in here. Invite some people. Say invite. So we'll have some cards after service for you all to take that you all can pass out. So you all will be able to do that after service today. So say invite. Say invite. So come on, y'all know how we do. Invite somebody to service on Resurrection Sunday. And we will have activities and games for the children after service. Amen. So it's going to be super fun. And we got stuff for the teens too. Is that good? So we'll have photo booth and music and all that stuff. All right, so Resurrection Sunday. And so super excited about that. So one thing that I know people ask about often is children's ministry. Who want to know about children's ministry? Y'all playing like y'all y'all playing like y'all not. That's all good. So those of y'all that's not excited, make sure don't take. No, I'm just playing. But no, so what we are doing is, and I'm so thankful for this facility, we have the space. We have just been taking our time to make sure we have proper staffing. So our goal is to start with one Sunday a month. Say one Sunday. So one Sunday a month we will start. So we are targeting end of May to start that one Sunday routine, and then we'll build our way up as our team increases. And so if you are a partner, that means you've always partnered with us. So a partner here is a member, but we call you a partner because partners engage and they lock in and they serve. So we have partners here. Say partners. And so if you are a partner here and you want to help us one Sunday a month to help our babies, we'll have you to sign up in the band app. Is that good? All right, good. So one more thing, a couple more things. We are growing. Y'all not excited? I'm excited. I brag on this place all the time. And so I am so proud. Pastor and I are so, Apostle, we're so proud of this ministry and the growth that we are having here in Vegas. And so what we want to do is we will be in our own building. We're going to get there. Yes, yes. And so what Apostle wants us to start doing, he wants us to start now assessing our own equipment. So we're going to start now assessing our own equipment. And so this first phase, we're going to start accessing and owning our own sound equipment. Yes. So that's going to be our first project, is getting our own sound equipment. Say ours. Say it will belong to us. It will be ours. And so that is our first goal. And so we will be doing a giving campaign. And this is what I want to encourage you all on, is that I want you all to intentionally make the sacrifice. And so we're going to have an Impact Sunday, April the 27th. So pull out your phones. Pull out your phones. Yep. Go to your calendar. Put Impact Sunday real big. Set an alarm. So on April the 27th will be our Impact Sunday. And so our whole goal, again, 28th, April the 28th. See, y'all looked at y'all calendar, see? I was testing you. So April the 28th, and here's why I want to encourage you all, is to stretch yourself. Say stretch. So this would be simply maybe skipping some meals out. I didn't say skip some meals. Say skip some meals out. You might want to skip that weave you was about to buy. Don't buy them shoes, gentlemen, that's about to come out. But I want to encourage everyone to make the sacrifice and to intentionally plan. And so here are the levels. I want, Pastor and I, we would like 5 people to target $1,000 above, say above. This is above your normal giving. So we would like 5 people to target $1,000. We would like 20 people to target $500. And we would like everyone else to target $250. Say above. So don't save all your tithes and give it on that Sunday. That's not helping the process. So say above. So we want you to challenge you, and one of the things that we will be doing, and we do it every week, I don't know what ministries you come from, but literally, Pastor and I, we take the time, usually on Mondays, we take the time to pray over every giver. We intentionally take the time because we believe and we desire and we ask the Father to bless you so big, because when he blesses you, that's how he begins to facilitate the needs in the house. So we want you to get the promotion. We want you to get the increase. We want you to get the check in the mail. We want all of that. But we want you to be good stewards of it. Is that good? Say above and beyond. All right, and so then my last thing, and we're going to jump into this, is all single ladies who are partners. This, again, is partners. Being a partner has benefits. All single ladies, I would just love to take you to dinner today. So if you're single, and I normally have to define what single mean. Single mean you're not married. There's no other definition. So if you're single, what I want you to do is get in the band app if you plan to go, and then Robbie, she'll get us a count. So go in the band app and just say, I'll be there. She'll give you the information. It's going to be simple. We'll probably grab some pieces, some salad or whatever. But I just want to connect with our singles first. And married ladies, I got you. We coming. So, but it just was on me while I was studying last night. I was like, I need to connect with our ladies. So single ladies. Well, all my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies. So come hang out with your girl if you would like. I'm not forcing you, but I would love to spend time with you. Amen? So I already hear you. Does that, whatever age you are, I already hear it. I already hear y'all. I can hear y'all. If you single, age don't matter. All right? So say single. All right, let's jump into this. All right, we good. So, good. So we've been talking about relationships, and this has been a very thought-provoking series dealing with relationships. And we've had so many inboxes and even text messages here where people are just like, man, I can't believe y'all talking about this stuff on a Sunday. But what we're finding out is a lot of people are struggling in life because of relationships. And so if your relationship isn't healthy, it's going to affect most of your life. It's going to affect your job. It's going to affect how you raise your kids. It's going to affect you. And so we wanted to make sure we deal with relationships. So today, in lieu of everything that we talked about, today we're going to talk about yourself. Say me. We're going to focus solely on the anatomy of self-love. So we're going to talk today on the anatomy of self-love because we've given you all a lot of tools these past few weeks, but now today we have to introspectively look within so we can figure out what's my contribution to the health or toxicity of my relationships. See, I'm focusing on me. So if you already said, oh, so-and-so needs to be here, you already missed it. Say, today, I'm focusing on me. All right, good. So let's jump right in here. Psalms 134 and 14. Psalms 134, 14. And then we're going to go to Jeremiah 18, 1 through 6. All right? So Psalm 134:14, it says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Jeremiah 18:1-6. This is the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord. Go down to the potter's house, and there I'm going to give you a message. So I went down, I'm reading in the Message Bible. So I went down to the potter's house, and I saw him working at the wheel. But the pot he was shaping from the clay was marred in his hands. So the potter formed it into another pot, shaping it as seemed best to him. Then the word of the Lord came to me, O house of Israel, can I not do with you as this potter does, declares the Lord? Like the clay in the hand of the potter, so are you. Say, so am I. So am I in his hand. So I want to jump right in this, because as I was really thinking about this idea of relationships and so forth, I said we can get all of these tools and we can get all of these possible solutions for a relationship. And it was amazing, even with a lot of the questions that we got last week, it was all about the other person in the relationship. Everything was about what I'm going to do with them. What about them? How I'm going to pray for them. I need God to fix him. I need God to fix her. And so today we're going to focus on me. Say me. So our culture, we're full of information. Say full of information. And so we're almost on an information overload. We have access to pretty much at the click of a finger. Anything we want information on, we can go right to the internet and look it up. And so, but here's the key, is that with all of the information that we're getting, we have access to more preaching now than we ever had. We got access to more YouTube clips and preaching and sermons than we've ever had. But we're in the most toxic state as a church than we've ever been. So what this lets me know is that we have access to information, but there's an issue with digestion. So you could have, so say digestion. Then I want you to say indigestion. So we have an issue in the church with digestion. So many people are coming to church Sunday after Sunday, week after week, getting word after word, eating and eating and eating, but they're still looking malnourished. Their body isn't digesting the word received, so they're missing all the nutrients that was intended from the food that was served. So indigestion is when you eat and there's a block, there's an issue with the food coming in, and it begins to irritate the stomach. Say indigestion. And so many of us, you know, we've done it. I don't know, you've eaten too fast. I don't know, I do this with my kids. I'll say, slow down. I'll say, chew the food. It's not going nowhere. Have you ever gone to a fast food place and you allow your kids? See, I don't normally let the kids eat in my car, but I'll have the moments where I let them, and by the time I got to the light, all the food is gone. And I'll say, did you even taste it? And so, because that can cause indigestion, and it can cause the food to pass through so big that because it wasn't broken down properly, your body doesn't get the necessary nutrients that was intended. So you can come to church Sunday after Sunday, and you can be in here real fast, like, let me get in, let me get out, let me get in church, let me check this off my list, because your mind is moving so fast that you will sit through this word and you will take it in these big old chunks and never digest it. So it's key in this season that I take time to, number one, pay attention to what I'm eating. assess my appetite, and make sure that when I'm eating with intentionality and that I'm slowing down. Say, slow down. I'm going somewhere. So we've been talking about relationships. So I don't want you to go through this whole series and not receive the healing that was designated, that was foreseen, and that the God, Father wants to have for your life. I don't want you to miss the healing. And so here is the key thing. Many of us, we feel like in order for me to get my healing in the relationship, that the person involved has to get theirs too. But I want to tell you today, say today, say whether they go on this journey of healing with you or not, that I want you to declare right now, say right now, I'm getting my healing. I will be well, I will be whole, and I will be healthy. So listen, this journey, this is a time where you are going to have to be a little bit selfish, because there's some people that as you become healthy and as you become well, if you don't have the courage to cut them off, your wellness will become so heavy that they'll naturally fall off. So in your current relationships, I want you to think about it right now. I want you to think about those persons that you might just be fearful to cut off. Because in your mind, you don't know what I'm going to do without them. Because I've been with Keisha my whole life. Keisha's been my writer. But every time I get with Keisha, Keisha makes me feel sad. I've been with John. John got my back. That's my boy. But every time I get with John, he always talking about stuff on how to cut corners, how to cheat on his taxes, how to get all this cheap stuff. But I want something more. Say, I might have to cut John off. So in this season, as you're healing, say, as I heal, some people are going to naturally fall off. And you have to be okay with the fall off. Say, be okay with the fall off. I'm making you talk to me this morning because I can't afford for your soul to fall asleep. I'm making you talk back to me this morning because the first thing the enemy wants to do is bring slumber on you in this moment. But I don't want you to miss this moment of healing, wholeness, wealth, and health because you are subject to your flesh. Say, not today. So we're talking about relationships, and I'm going somewhere here. So we're talking about relationships, and so I started thinking about this. I said, in relationships, I said, many people are in relationships, and they're going back to stuff that they really should have left dead. And so I was talking to my friend, Prophet Dana is here, and I was talking to my friend. She attends another church, and we was talking about something that our pastor was teaching, and I couldn't quite get into all the study, so I didn't want to jump quite in. But Dana, what was that word? Yes, necrophilia. So I was talking to Dana, you better get you some friends that you can spar with, some friends that you can talk about more than what's on TV and Netflix. You better get some friends that you can talk about your future, your goals, your dreams, and the Word of God. So that's my dog right there. So we was talking about the Word of God. So I was talking about what we was teaching. She was talking about what her pastor was teaching. And then she said, girl, my pastor threw out this word. And she said necrophilia. I said, ooh. And so while I'm talking to her, I'm looking it up. And it had two meanings in there. And one of them is sexual, so I won't deal with that. But it talked about the desire in us as humans to go back to dead things. It talked about our appetite. It talked about an appetite in us as humans. I see y'all Googling it now, but I want you to put the phones down and pay attention to me because it talked about my appetite, that I am in a place that if I don't harness my flesh, the flesh naturally wants to go back to dead things. So this is a season Where this is why the Bible tells me to crucify my flesh, because the real dead thing needs to be my flesh. But the flesh don't want to die. The flesh want to stay alive. The flesh don't want you to eat right. The flesh don't want you to eat healthy. The flesh don't want you to be disciplined. The flesh wants you to keep going back to dead things. Want you to keep going back to that dead job. Want you to keep going back to that dead relationship. Want you to keep going back to that dead friendship. Some of y'all visiting today, I'm sorry, but you're going to be going back home to dead churches. So the enemy wants you to keep going back to dead things. This is your season. This is your time, and this is your turn to tell your flesh, no longer will I go back to stuff that is dead. If it's dead, I need to bury it. If it's dead, I need to leave it. If it's dead, I need to have a funeral. Some of y'all need to go and have a funeral over that addiction. Tell that addiction, I am not struggling with you no more. You are dead. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You will not stay in my life any longer. So many of us, we're in struggles because we're keeping alive stuff that we should have buried, and we're keeping stuff that should be alive, and we're pushing it away. I don't want discipline. I don't want to hang with no church folks because I can't be me. Why you can't be you? Who are you? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this. I'm one church, I'm one way in a church. Or you say stuff like, I can't hang with you because you hang with Pastor V. Well, what you doing? What you doing that you scared that she might tell Pastor V? What you doing that you scared that he might tell Pastor J? What you doing? Say what you doing. It is time to live a life that is congruent. Abashe. It is time, Boshe. It is time to live a life that is congruent in the church and out of the church. I'm telling you, church, I am so frustrated. The world is in trouble, but they can't come to the ones with power. They can't come to the ones with authority. They can't come to the ones with healing because you struggling. Say relationships. So some of the issues in your relationships ain't them. It's you. Some of your issues in your relationships is your toleration level. It's too high. Some of y'all tolerating too much. You're tolerating too much of them cussing all in your face. You're tolerating too much of him cheating on you. You tolerating too much. Say too much. Yeah, I know you're tolerating friends that still go to the club and can come sing. Yeah, you're tolerating too much. Say you're tolerating too much. Say too much. You're tolerating too much. You're tolerating too much when you know your friend got that boy coming over on Saturday night. Say you're tolerating too much. So our appetites are off. Our toleration is too high. And then we sick. And this is a season that you must get well, because this season of increase, this season of growth, this season, this season of expansion, this season of what he's doing in your life is absolutely predicated upon your health. Say my health. Not just your physical health, but the health of your spirit and your soul. Say my health. Oh my God, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we're talking about the potter and the clay. Yeah. So we're talking about the potter and the clay. And when everybody talks about the potter and the clay, they always talk about the potter. You know, we got to do what the potter say. You know, we got to follow with the potter's instructions. You know, the potter, you know, he can do what he want to do when he creates you. And, you know, if it ain't right, you know, he just recreates you. Yeah, but that kind of pisses me off, makes me mad. Excuse my language. So that kind of makes me mad. So today I want to talk about the advantage of the clay. I want to talk about us that have to sit there and take it. That have to sit there and take what the Father is doing in my life. That have to sit there. Now, here's the thing. It says that when it says the potter was making the pot, and it was marred in the potter's hand. Say, in his hand. The issue is many of you all are being molded, but you're not in the potter's hand. Say, in his hand. In him I live, in him I move, in him I have my being. But much of the struggle is I'm still clay, but who's molding you? Say, I'm still clay. So listen to this, listen to this. So I want to talk about the clay. Listen, listen, listen. Did you know that all clay has imperfections? There's no perfect clay. All clay is imperfect. Say imperfect. All clay, when they go, they send the trucks to go get it, and they go down and they dig these big old holes and they grab the clay. Say all clay. But listen, that wasn't the original intent. Y'all know me and my original intent. In the beginning, when he created the garden and he pulled us from the dust of the earth, the dust was perfect. So when he created us in perfection. When he created us, it says he created me in his image. Say his image. What that means is he created me like him. I keep telling y'all this. He created me like him. He didn't create me to be him. He created me to operate like him. So this was the original intent. Say original intent. So then when they disobeyed and sin came into the world and then he cursed the ground, now the ground is cursed and marred, but how he created me was still perfect. Say, what's in me is still good. All right. All right. Joseph and Dominique, I need y'all to come up here. So listen. Today is for you all that feel like you messed up too much. You feel like you made too many mistakes. You feel like God can't use you. You feel like you've done some horrible things. But I want you to tell yourself right now. Tell yourself right now. Say, what's in me? What's in me? What's in me? Say, it's still good. It's still good. Had the baby out of wedlock? It's still good. Been through divorce? It's still good. You've been to prison? Say it's still good. So it's good. So listen. So I want to tell you all this. So here's another word. This has been an amazing thing to study. So say kintsugi. Kintsugi. And it's Kintsugi. Y'all can put that up on the screen, that picture. So kintsugi is a Japanese term. Say Japanese. Listen. A little bit softer, guys, a little bit softer. So it's a Japanese term. Listen. It's a Japanese term. It's actually a process where you take something that's broken and instead of throwing it away, you actually take gold. You take these gold flurries and this gold solution and you put the object back together. And the object is actually in its broken state more valuable than it was than before you broke it. Say Kizuchi. And so I need you to know that all your broken pieces, all that you've been through, all the hell, all of the stuff you wanted to give up on, baby, don't throw them pieces away. You go grab that divorce. You go grab that baby out of wedlock. You go grab that baby. You go grab all of that pain and allow the Father to put it back together. Say, in him, I'm more valuable. You are valuable. So whatever you're going through in your relationships, you have to now face the brokenness. You have to acknowledge it. Don't run from it. You have to face the pain. I'm hurt. You have to do some self-assessment. You have to have a conversation with you and say, I'm still mad my daddy left. I wish my mama and my daddy were together. I wish I was still in a relationship with them. I do. I miss so-and-so. I hate that I lost the friendship. You got to have these honest conversations. Because when you give this honest brokenness, oh, that's a message. When you give this honest brokenness back to the Father, and he puts you back together after all you've been through, all the hell you've gone through, all the health challenges you sustained, all of the businesses that you've had to build and watch fail, listen to me, say, in his hand, you're much more valuable. Listen. So I got two chefs here. And I feel like I need y'all to come up a little closer. Yeah, please. Yeah. Right there. Just come up. Yeah. Oh, that's good. And y'all making me hungry. So when the Father created us, he created us from some stuff. And the stuff he created us was good. Say good. Because when he looked and saw you and me, he said, ooh, this good. This so good. He said, this so good. Why? Because it resembled me. It's good. And so he said, when he created, he said, ooh, have dominion because you good. He said, ooh, you got the power to create because you good. Say good. So I asked him to bake some stuff. And so in this, so Joseph, this is Joseph. Say, hey, Joseph. This is Dominique. Say, hey, Dominique. So Joseph he's making a red velvet cake. And I know Dominique gonna be mad because all I had him make was cornbread. I already feel his spirit. He like, you had Joseph make red velvet. I could have made my peach cobbler. I already know. So they have a bunch of ingredients up here. They have, so for Dominique's thing, he made some cornbread. And I asked him, I said, can you make me some cornbread and not from the box? Because when the Father made us, it was real complicated. And so he didn't cut no corners. So I was like, although I like Jiffy because I like my cornbread to take like cake. But I said, I don't want you to cut no corners. He was like, got it. He said, I don't even cut corners when I cook. I said, cool. So he got vegetable oil. Say vegetable oil. He got cornmeal. Say cornmeal. All right, I know y'all hungry. He said he got some salt. Say salt. Oh, yeah. And he got an egg, say an egg. He got sugar, say sugar. And what he got mixed, he got baking powder. Say baking powder. And he got flour, say flour. And so he took these ingredients and he mixed them. And he had to do it to his liking, right, Dominique? And so I'm sure you had to make sure the lumps wasn't in the mix. And you had to make sure it was nice and smooth. Right, Dominique? Nice and smooth. All right. So then we got the overachiever over here. He said, but what? and butter. Say butter. We're going to go butter. Ooh. Oh, my God, my high blood pressure. Oh, all right. So we got Joseph. Say, hey, Joseph. So Joseph is an overachiever over here. So is Dominique. But Dominique, remember, I had him just make cornbread, so he gonna give me next time. So peach cobbler is yours next time. All right. So he made the real velvet cake. So I want you to start. Yeah, tell me what's the ingredients you're putting in here.
I have sugar. I have to mix the sugar and the oil.
See, he's giving you all the instructions. I just want him to put it in there. Okay. So he got some sugar. What else you got?
Oil, vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And I got some flour and cocoa powder, baking soda, baking powder, eggs, buttermilk, and coffee. Put coffee aside.
So Dominique and Joseph, they don't cut corners when they cook. He said, no, they both like, Ain't no corners to cut when they cook. So here is the cornbread. Do we got a knife up here? He got everything. He got a knife, the spatula. So life happens. And life comes and it just begins to interrupt your product. And you have some absolute imprints in your product. That's these cuts. You got some cuts. And so before the Father blesses you, he makes you, then he breaks you, then he serves you. And so we got some cuts here. Say cuts. So we got some cuts here in this cornbread. And I don't know about you, but my mama used to be real specific about how we cut her cakes, her pies, and everything. But sometimes you don't have no control over how you cut. So sometimes you don't have no control over how you cut. You just need to get to what you're trying to get to. And so I need this. And so this is my product. And this is me. Say, this is me. Say, but life happens, the divorce happens, and then I lose my job, and then I lose my house, and I lose my car, and then I lose my friends, and then I don't even know how I'm gonna pay my bills, and then my marriage is acting crazy. Say, so I feel broken. I feel like a boss. I feel broken. But here is the thing. No matter how much I break up this cornbread, the same ingredients that I used when I made the cornbread, the same ingredients is in these broken pieces. So I want you to know today, no matter how broken you feel, no matter what you've been through, I can take a little bit of this cornbread and it's still gonna taste good. I can mash these broken pieces together. Shit it. And it's still good. Say, I'm still good. Broken and all, I'm still good. So the dog even said, when she said, I'll take the crumbs that fall from the table of the master, because the same ingredients in the loaf is in the crumb. So I want you to stop discounting yourself. I want you to quit throwing away your brokenness. Today, I want you to look at every struggle you've been through, and I want you to call it in. Today, y'all good. Y'all was amazing. They'll have some red velvet cake after church. So, y'all can play softly because we're going to pray. Whatever relationship you in, no matter how broken you may feel, no matter what you've been through, no matter what you're going through, you still good. It still tastes good. I don't know about you, but I like to eat green. I eat greens. And I'm from Chicago, which is really like down south. And so we don't eat greens with a fork. And even in my bouginess, which is why I don't eat greens out in public, because it just don't taste right if I can't break the cornbread down and sap it up with my hands. So this is the season that the Father is coming into your life, and he's taking all that brokenness and he's sapping you up in his hand. Yes, he is. This is that season, you can play softly, where he's taking all of that stuff that you think ain't good and he's gathering it up and he's sapping it up in his hands. Yes, he is. He says, you're good to me, baby. You're good, but who you're connected to might be too toxic. You're good, and you're willing to be sapped up, but who you're connected to may not. So this season, you gotta allow the Father to pull you in his hand. Say this season. This season, your career choice, I dare you to give it to the Father. Say this season. So today was all about us not giving up on us. It's all about me not telling the God all the stuff I did wrong. It's not about me not going for the next because I'm holding myself hostage to all of my mistakes. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how much pain you have in your body. You're still good. Stand to your feet. This altar call today, and you're going to have to be honest, and if I was you, I wouldn't care what nobody say. You've given up on you. You don't even see yourself the way God sees you. You are the one that says a whole lot of negative words to yourself. You are the one that talks yourself out of all of the goodness of who the Father is in you. Say, in me. You are the one that when you think about going to get the next big thing, you like, I don't deserve that. You don't feel worthy. This is for you today. So I want to open up the altar because we're going to pray for you, because I don't want you to miss nothing this season. I don't want you to miss nothing this season. And remember, I already declared that this next big break for you is dependent upon your health. The health of your soul, the health of your body, the health of your spirit. So I want you to come down today because we're going to pray with you. Because you will no longer define yourself by what you've been through. You will no longer define yourself by what your mama been through. You will no longer define yourself by what your family been through. You will no longer define yourself by mistakes you made. Even last night, I don't even care what you did last night. The Father says you're still good. I don't care what your marriage been through, you're still good. I don't care what you're going through with your children, you're still good. You are good. The Father put some things in you that are still there. Say they good. Everything you need is on the inside of you. When you went through your divorce, the Holy Spirit didn't come and say, oh, I'm going to take strength away. Oh, I'm going to take confidence away. That's not how this works. What he gave you, the Father don't do take backs. People do that. The Father don't do take backs. And so when he created you, the same ingredients he created you with is still in you. You're good. So lay your hands on yourself. 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 In the name of Jesus, lay your hands on yourself. And I want those of you all, yes, lay your hands on yourself. Yes. Let the tears flow. Let the tears flow. Let the tears flow. Let the tears flow.